What up, everyone? This is Mr. Lord, Dr. Professor, Dark Joker, with another edition of When, Where, Pick, and Dare, where I pick games for the various games that are occurring tomorrow. Whether it's football, baseball, basketball, basically whatever games I want to pick, I will pick them. With all that being said, on with the video. NBA. Miami Heat versus Charlotte Hornets. This is one of the playing games for the NBA tournament. This is the ninth seed versus a 10 seed, with the Heat as the 10th seed, the Hornets as the ninth seed. The Heat have a 26.6% chance to win. The Hornets have a 73.4% chance to win. This game is at Charlotte. For injuries for the Heat, Smith and Jovic are out, and Parsons game time decision. For the Hornets, Hall's out. For stats, the Heat have more points per game, higher field goal percentage, more rebounds per game, assists per game. Hornets have more blocks per game, and Heat have more steals per game. The stats are pretty close, so I think home field advantage is going to be a big thing here. So I think the Hornets will beat the Heat tomorrow. Orlando Trailblazers versus Phoenix Suns. This is a playing game in the NBA tournament. This is a 7 seed versus the 8 seed, with the Blazers being the 8 seed and the Suns being the 7 seed. The Blazers have a 39.4% chance to win. The Suns have a 60.6% chance to win. This game is at Phoenix. For injuries for the Blazers, Grant's a game time decision and Lillard's out. For the Suns, Allen's a game time decision. For stats, the Blazers have more points per game. Suns have higher field goal percentage. Blazers have more rebounds per game, assists per game, blocks per game, and Suns have more steals per game. These stats are pretty close, so I think home field advantage is going to be a big thing here. So I think the Suns will beat the Trailblazers tomorrow. College baseball. Ole Miss Rebels versus Southern Miss Golden Eagles. Um, the Ole Miss is 25 nation, 26-11 record. Southern Miss is 22 nation, 25-11 record. This game is in Pearl, Mississippi. So Ole Miss has a significantly bigger fan base than Southern Miss. This ain't in Hattiesburg. Even if it was in Hattiesburg, there'd be a chance of Ole Miss outnumbering Southern Miss. So I think there will be a home field advantage for Ole Miss. So I think Ole Miss will beat Southern Miss tomorrow. Oregon Ducks versus Oregon State Beavers. Um, so Oregon is 19 nation, 26-10 record. Oregon State is 6 in the nation. Let's see, 28-7 record. This game is in Hillsboro, Oregon, and so based on distance between Hillsboro and Eugene, Hillsboro and Corvallis, it's like 30 minutes closer to Oregon State. So the home field advantage does not come matter much here. So I think the big thing is going to be the difference in ranking. At least, Oregon State being, likely a lot better than Oregon. So I think Oregon State will beat Oregon tomorrow. MLB. Arizona Diamondbacks versus Baltimore Orioles. The Diamondbacks have a 37.2% chance to win, and the Orioles have a 62.8% chance to win. This game is at Baltimore. For pitchers for the Diamondbacks, Merrill Kelly has a career ERA at 3.77, whip a 1.2. And for the Orioles, Trevor Rogers has a career ERA at 3.76, whip a 1.29. So that's good pitcher for both teams. Not really seeing a difference here. So I think home field advantage is going to be a big thing here. So I think the Orioles will beat the Diamondbacks tomorrow. Los Angeles Angels versus New York Yankees. The Angels have a 43.8% chance to win. The Yankees have a 56.2% chance to win. This game is at New York. For pitchers, for the Angels, Reed Detmers has a career ERA of 4.76, WHIP of 1.36. And for the Yankees, Ryan Weathers has a career ERA of 4.82, WHIP of 1.38. So that's not really good pitching for either team. Not really seeing a difference here. So I think home field advantage is going to be a big thing here. So I think the Yankees will beat the Angels tomorrow. Miami Marlins versus Atlanta Braves. The Marlins have a 40.5% chance to win. The Braves have a 59.5% chance to win. This game is at Atlanta. For pitchers, for the Marlins, Max Meyer has a career ERA of 5.12, WHIP of 1.42. And for the Braves, Reynaldo Lopez has a career ERA of 3.89, WHIP of 1.27. So that's good pitching for Lopez, not really good pitching for Mayer. So it's a definite pitching advantage for the Braves. So with home field advantage and pitching advantage, I think the Braves will beat the Marlins tomorrow. Cleveland Guardians versus St. Louis Cardinals. The Guardians have a 48.1% chance to win, and the Cards have a 51.9% chance to win. This game is at St. Louis. For pitchers, for the Guardians, Joey Cantillo has a career ERA of 3.57, WHIP of 1.26. And for the Cardinals, Michael McGreevy has a career ERA of 3.72, WHIP of 1.12. So that's good pitching for both teams. Not really significant difference here. So I think home field advantage is going to be a big thing here. So I think the Cardinals will beat the Guardians tomorrow. Texas Rangers versus Athletics. The Rangers have a 49.5% chance to win. The A's have a 50.5% chance to win. This game is at Sacramento. So for pitchers, for the Rangers, Mackenzie Gore has a career ERA of 4.15, WHIP of 1.39. And for the A's, Jeffrey Springs has a career ERA of 3.56, WHIP of 1.22. So that's good pitching for Springs, not really good pitching for Gore. So I think it's a definite pitching advantage for the A's. So with home field advantage and pitching advantage, I think the Athletics will beat the Rangers tomorrow. And that's it for picks. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to my picks. Do you agree with them? Do you not? If you have different picks, you can put them in the comments. But other than that, please like, subscribe, and all that. Thank you for listening, and look forward to the next video.